Hello everybody. Today we are going to study another topic that is related with the modern approach. So name of this topic is modern approach of agriculture. In every field one should have to have modern approach for speedy growth. In agriculture sector it is also a business. Hence, to get good production, maximum production, good quality production in earlier time with less inputs, less expenditure, it is necessary that we should have a modern approach. Why it is necessary? Because our Indian agriculture, it is a backbone of our Indian economy. So our agriculture production contributes much in the field of domestic growth. So here in this case also modern technology is developing every day, and that is important. So in agriculture, organized farming is a very important matter. What is organized farming? Organized farming is a group of producers coming together to pursue specific common interests of their members and developing technical and economical activities for that benefit. So here in organized farming means the farmers should come together, and by joining together they should produce the agricultural crops, and when the organized farming takes place it will benefit all members of that organization, means all farmers concerned with the organization. They also can help each other in development of the technology, in the agricultural activities, in economic activities. So organized farming is very important. Previously in our country this farming was in existence, but later on slowly it was divided. So now today again it is important because the land holding is reduced, it is decreasing every day, and persons are having less agricultural holdings from 1 acre to 5 acre. So in less holding it is difficult to have modern technology. So the remedy is that to conduct organized farming. Now this organized farming, it is a very efficient farming, and because of that increased efficiency one can get good produce. So now here in this case there is another, that is a community farming. Now let us go to the definition or meaning of this term community farming. When the members or when the number of individuals coming together for collective farming for a certain piece of land, it is called community farming. Here this land may be owned or leased by the participants. Now what is here in this case, a particular, suppose 5 acres of land is there and it cannot be done or it cannot be used by a single person, then few persons come together, few members come together, and they start cultivating the land for production of different crops. That is community farming. So means for a little community, for less number of members, this is used. And here in this case the responsibility in the community farming is of all members. There is no particular head or there is no particular tail. All persons, all members are equal. So this community farming is helpful to reduce cost of cultivation. It also increases productivity. It also increases productivity and also increases the benefit of this farming. So this is used for small land holding. It is also useful. Now here in this case, as we have discussed now, that the number of farmers is increasing, but the area required for farming is reducing down. So participation of more number of persons is important for organized farming and in the community farming also. Now in this organized farming, community farming is one of the farmings in organized farming. Now here in this case, that the participants may be from different occupations, they can register their name, they can hire the land. For example, there are some teachers or there are some doctors, and they don't find much time for their cultivation, so they can form a group and select a particular piece of land, and they start growing with the help of each other. So these all operations are carried out by agency, and regular updates are provided on message. For example, all 5 doctors are there, 10 doctors are there in the city. They can purchase a piece of land nearby, and without going to the farm, they put a particular agency in work, and this agency will cultivate the land for the members, and that in this case all expenditure is divided amongst the members. Benefit is also shared by all in equal share. So this is the no doubt the members also can go to the farm, they also can work if they want, if they find time, but this is nowadays has become a need of time. So they can produce from the hired land, and or they can have their own land, they can hire land and produce whatever they want. Come to the another, that farmers producers organization or company. So farmers, which are the producers, their organization or their company can be made. Now what is the meaning of this farmers producer organization or company? So here in this case, farmers from a locality come together to form a farmers producers organization, FPO. For example, 100 farmers in a particular area, for example in Nanded Tehsil, 100 farmers come together and they can make an organization that is called farmers producer organization. Now this organization can use commercial practices, they can have a tie-up, they can do marketing, processing, branding, all these things can be done in the organized form. This is a kind of farmers society or farmers association, you can say. Now political associations are different. Now this is this organization which really works in the farm, and this is also very good for the convenience of banking and another different works. So this is there again. This producers organization can register under Company Act as a farmers producer company. There is a Company Act in our country, and under that act this farmers producer organization can be registered as a company, and after registration this company will get some benefits from the government. Various policies adopted by the government, various schemes adopted by the government for the farmers can be used by this company or by this organization. Which are the advantages of this farmer producer organization or company? That in this case this can be used where there are limitations, where the number of or the size of holding is less. This will minimize the cost of production because all inputs can be purchased at once. Then uniform quality of the crop also can be maintained as per the demand in the market, and market linkage can also give the premium rates, good rates. Then working together, because of this there will be communication and exchange of ideas. Different ideas can be given by the members of the organization and those can be adopted. So there is a good transfer of information. This is also very important benefit of this farmers producer company. Then funding agencies or department also give support. Government departments may also give support to this organization. So there is responsibilities can be divided amongst the members while doing this kind of farming. And very important that the resources and machinery can be utilized more efficiently. For example, lift irrigation, or suppose some machineries and tools are to be purchased. Suppose tractor is to be purchased, sprinkler set, drip set. So these are the costly items. But while doing this in the organized farm, that can be shared and that will become very easy for hiring or purchasing the machineries and instruments or tools. Now, which are the key points for formation of farmers producer organization or farmers producer company? Which are the key points? Now, technology management in agriculture. This is an agency of agricultural department of the government, and that can also help for various agricultural activities. So it requires a group of 20 farmers for making this organization or company. And then there is a particular application format is there that should be submitted to the taluka agriculture officer. And then this project director, that is called Atma, ATMA Atma, or district superintendent of agriculture officer also issue letter of registration. Then bank account is to be opened at a registered bank on the name of this company. And then authority can be given to two persons. Any two persons, they can also designate to president, secretary, joint secretary, or any such designations also can be created, and authority can be given to such persons for bank transactions. They can also, the company also can purchase input on large scale in less prices. They can also apply for various schemes of the government and avail the facilities. Different activities are there like field days, rallies, or visiting to the government offices, research stations. All this can be done, means agricultural tours or visits can be taken out by the company. And they can also registered farmers producer organization also can be registered as farmer producer company under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. These are the benefits. One more benefit of this making company, that they can have direct identification number, DIN, for the company. We know PAN, like here in this case PAN, like this is a DIN, director in identification number can be given to this company. So this is very beneficial. Now come to another term, that is a corporate farming. Till now we have studied that when the land holding is less, that organization or organized farming can be done. Now in corporate farming, this farming is done by a company. It is a big company and that is done on own farm or leased farm. So that is called corporate farming. Means it is not done by any person, it is done by a company. So that is called corporate. What is the object of this corporate farming? Is the production of agricultural goods as per market demand. Suppose there is more demand for soybean, then it is produced on large scale. Suppose there is more demand for particular vegetable or particular fruit, so that can be produced on higher scale. And remember that this corporate farming is done when the area is more, that can be owned by the farmer or leased by the farmer. This is of no use for small holding. It cannot be used in 1 acre or 2 hectare land, like not like that. So larger area is very important, otherwise it will not prove beneficial. So research activities also can be done by this company in corporate farming. Now, what are the advantages of corporate farming? So here in this case, corporate farming is done by the company, just we have discussed. So this company can use waste land. It can also use uneconomic land, fallow land owned by the farmers, means that can be taken on lease or from the government, and that land is made productive. How can it not be done by farmer? It is difficult for a single person, single farmer to convert uneconomic land into economic land, but it can be done by a company for having machineries on large scale, funds on large scale, and all labor force is on large scale, like that. Now this is now very new pattern of cultivation. Now this can be done. Farmers may demonstrate the advantages of technologies. Means advanced technologies can be applied in this corporate farming. This also helps in agriculture education, extension education. Means company can conduct research. For example, various agricultural companies are there in our Maharashtra state. Also there is Maiko, that is a government owned company, Mahabij, and other companies are also there. Private companies are there, and they cultivate, they produce on their own land. Sometimes they take the land from the farmers on lease basis. Now there is a increase in employment generation, productivity also can be increased. So it is also easy for marketing, transport, processing of the agricultural produce when corporate farming is done. And there is no limitation of funds, because funds are available on large scale. So this company can uh, carry on any kind of research, any product, any project on the farm. Come to another, that is a contract farming. Now in this contract farming, what is the meaning? There is an agreement. An agreement is executed between the producer and the buyer or consumer. So consumers means there is a large consumer. It is not a consumers consumer seen on the market, but consumers means the consuming companies are there. Suppose there is a company which made jam, jelly, or pickles, or for example chips, and these on large scale. So this company becomes a consumer. So there is an agreement made between the consumer and this uh, producer, and they make an agreement, sign in an agreement, and accordingly this contract farming is done. So here there is a particular, or they define the quality of the produce, what kind of quality they require, that is defined, and that production is made in a stipulated time and quantity. There is a time bound. Within that time the raw material should be provided to the producer, to the consumer or buyer. So this is also nowadays being done, and and this there should be, means the willingness of producer and buyer is also important. Now many private companies are coming forward, and they are signing this kind of agreement. Now the what are the models of contract farming business? There are different models. Now in these models, let us go to the first, informal model. Informal model, this is a short term model, and there is a risk of default by both promoters and farmer. This depends upon the situation and interdependence. So this informal model, it is not much secured model. But even then, this is also followed. Why? Because there are some special features of informal model. Which are these features? This is used for small firm. They can execute simply. This can be done for the seasonal production, means for particular one season, two season, or more than two seasons. Now this success depends upon quality, availability and quality of external extensive service. Now in this case, one more thing, that some services are provided but in the limited quantity, limited time. So basic inputs are provided seasonally. So in this case, it is limited to this grading and quality control. Means some product is there, and from that produce, that is grading is done. Likewise, it can be done. So this is informal. And for example, there are some typical products used in this model. Particularly here, that is a processing is less, packing is less, or vertical coordination is there. Means there is a one higher authority, then lower, like that. This is a vertical kind of coordination. And in that case, means for example, fresh fruits are taken, vegetables are taken to local market. For this purpose only, this informal model can be used. Remember that it cannot be used for longer time and for large scale. Second, intermediary model. Now in this model, what happens? The buyer subcontracts an intermediary who are intermediary, for example, collector or a farmers organization or government authority. So contract is made by the buyers with the agency, and this agency make a contract with the farmer, and then means there is an intermediator. There are two things, one is buyer and another is producer, but between the buyer and producer there is one agency which helps to purchase product and provide to the consumer or to the company. So this is called intermediary model. Now in this intermediary model, which are the special characteristics? For example, this is used for selected services, particular services, not for all services, and for a particular purchase of crop. For example, we have got cotton monopoly purchase, Kapus Ekadhikar Yojana. So likewise, it was also sometimes used for another produce also. Nowadays, sometimes government also purchase soybean and other some products. So likewise, and then that is given to the consumers. So this model can work if it is well designed and some incentive structures are there, then this will work very fine. Now there are some disadvantages also in this intermediary model. Here, which are the disadvantages? That some incentives are to be given to the farmers, and buyer, the purchaser, may not get that incentive. Means that he may lose some production processes, lose some benefit. Then farmers may not get benefit of technology. There is also a risk of price, that price drop may take place. So there are some limitations. Third is multipartite model. Multipartite model. So here in this case, it is the development of the centralized or nucleus state model. This is the centralized method. So different organizations, government bodies, private companies, financial companies, they come together. So that is become multipartite, means more number of parties, more number of bodies are involving. And in that involvement, this model is developed. It also has some special characteristics, which are those. It is a joint venture of all organizations, means there is no particular single person. So this is a venture of all organizations or companies. There may be some forest investors also. So this dep- uh, this depends upon the policy of the firm. Policy is decided, and as per that policy, these things are done. So there should be no political interference. It is to be avoided. Otherwise, the companies may not get particular benefit as they expect. It also means have additional agreements with third party services. For example, training inputs and information extension, means these companies coming together jointly, they enter in an agreement, and they can also outsource, they can also provide some work to the another third agencies. Separate organizations like cooperative organizations of farmers also can involve in this case for marketing and credit and all these things. So in short, this model may involve equity share, means the benefit is given to the producers. Come to the fourth, that is a centralized model. Now we have studied multi-party model. Now centralized model. So there is a buyer's involvement for minimum input provision. The purchasers or buyers, they form an organization and they control the production aspects like preparation, land preparation, from land preparation to harvesting and all these things. This is the centralized model, means the buyers, means those who are going to purchase the agricultural produce, they themselves control entire production of different agricultural crops by their control. What are the special characteristics of this model, centralized model? So here there large to the large number of small, medium and large farmers, uh, can also sell their product to this system or to this company. There should be a coordination between farmers and contractor. So this contractor takes produce from the farm and give to the company or to the buyer. Then these quantities, qualities and delivery, those all things are determined as per an agreement. Agreement is made. So all the production and harvesting process and quality models, those are strictly controlled, means there is no compromise in the quality, means quality is to be maintained, otherwise that will put the buyer in loss. So this is used for particular typical products like sugarcane, tobacco, tea, coffee, or dairy products, poultry product, like that. Fifth is a nucleus estate model. Nucleus means center again. Nucleus estate model. Here what is done? The buyer sources both from own estates plantation and from contract farmers. Means this buyer can also produce on his own farm, or they can take from the farmers, and so the cultivation and all the staff is owned by that particular person or particular company. Which are the special characteristics of this nucleus estate model? This guarantees, it gives guarantee of supply of assure cost efficient utilization as per the model, as per the terms. So the guarantee is given. Now in some cases the nucleus state, it is also used for research, it is also used for breeding, or it is also used for determining a particular purpose. So because the powers are all centralized with some person or company. So here it is called uh, satellite farmers also, means they are called satellite farmers. They also give the link to the farm. For example, suppose there are 100 farmers, they are all producing a particular product. So link is given by the company to the farmers. They can sell their product by using that link. So at one place, all farmers can sell their produce. So that is centralized, that is a nucleus farm. So this is used when the large number of farmers are to be brought together. And so this is also called as outgrower model. Now this is used for particularly perennial crops like fruits like mango and santra and mosambi, like these are all perennial fruit plants. What are the advantages of this contract farming? Now contract farming has many advantages. It makes small scale farming competitive, means they can also access technology, they can also get marketing credit, means small farmer also can be given benefit. Then there is a assured market for their produce. This is very important advantage. It also reduces the risk of production and price drop. Sometimes price of agriculture produce come down when there is more production or like that, but this gives assurance. And this open up a new market. Farmer can sell their product to any purchaser or buyer. Otherwise it would not have been made available to the small farmer. So small farmers also can get benefit in selling their produce. It ensures higher production and better quality. Better quality production can be assured. Financial support also can be given by organizations or by the government. So if there is an agricultural processing project, for that project or company or factory, then the good quality produce is important. So quality and right time and lesser cost, means suppose there is a jam making factory. So this factory or this company requires the fruits at a particular time with good quality. So this can be done. But still there are limitations in contract farming. Which are the limitations? That there may be some biasness favor of firms, what we call partiality, means some farmers may be denied to sell their produce. Problems may be faced by growers if the quality is poor. If there is a quality cut is there, then the buyer and grower also may be put to loss. Then there may be some mediators which also prevent giving benefit to the purchaser and to the buyers. There are different things. So there may be some single buyer or multiple seller. So monopoly may be formed. And adverse gender effect, that women have less access to the contract farming than men. This is a disadvantage in this all kinds of farmings. So these are the different farmings. The topic is still to complete. The remaining portion we shall study in the next lesson. So till then, goodbye. Thank you.